Alright, welcome back, gang, to the very first episode of The Nightmare Room for 2017. Here we are. Brand new year, brand new layout. Same me, same you. Same show that we always do. And I didn't mean to rhyme that, but it just happened to come out that way. Welcome back to the show. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everybody's holidays were great. Now that all that nonsense is over, I am coming off, personally, the worst New Year's I have ever had. It was your typical, story that you hear from most families. Quiet night at home. My wife and I on the couch. My daughter sick as a dog all week. Both of us very sick. Also, just wasn't in a very festive mood. And we watched the ball drop. We gave each other a little kiss. And off to sleep we went. Much like every normal day. Nothing very special about the end of 2016. There was nothing special about 2016 at all. Especially when it comes to the world of pro wrestling. Except for a few keynotes, which we are going to go over in our award show. Because I promised you guys the award show, and I didn't get many votes. I got like 1 or 2 votes in each category. You can't have an award show based on that. And since you guys didn't come out and vote in force, I'm just going to pick my own winners. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. Please feel free to use that as a forum for discussion. Also, hit that like button while you're here. Smash that thumbs up for me. Bang. Just hit it, just like I hit it right now. This way I know that you've been here and you liked what you see. We're going to get into our awards in just a little bit. But first, we're going to hit some news. Because we had some big news happen over the last 48 to 72 hours. First off, Ronda Rousey gets fucking rocked in UFC event on Friday, December the 30th, in her title rematch against Amanda Nunes, who defeated the UFC Women's Bantamweight Phenom Ronda Rousey in 48 measly seconds. Terrible. Terrible showing for Ronda Rousey. Excuse me. As I said, I'm sick. That might happen a few times. I apologize if it gets on anybody's nerves, but hey, life is life and it's nature. It is what it is. Ronda Rousey, man, I took a look at the fight, and this is breaking news, man. She just got totally annihilated by one right hand. She just got punched in the mouth so bad. The picture was unbelievable, and there was no coming back from that. 48 seconds later, the ref calls the match. She was out on her feet. What does this mean for the future of Ronda Rousey? And has her stock plummeted in the eyes of the WWE? Do they care anymore? Ronda Rousey was 12-0. She was on an undefeated streak of 12-0 before she took her first loss to Holly Holm and lost the UFC Bantamweight Women's Championship. She now is 12-2 in her career as a UFC fighter. 9 submissions, 3 knockouts. Is she still a force to be reckoned with in the eyes of the WWE? Is the universe going to laugh at her? I don't know. Brock Lesnar's got 2 losses. 3 now, I think. Does it hurt his appeal? Does it hurt his appearance? Probably not, because he was already a superstar. So his return was well received amongst the most of us. Ronda Rousey has only a WrestleMania appearance alongside The Rock in one of the worst segments in WrestleMania history. What does this mean for the future of Ronda Rousey in the WWE? Does it matter? Are the fans going to care? I don't. I mean, I'm a little cynical, and I look at things sometimes in a very short-minded, short-sighted type of way, and you can't bring in somebody who just had 2 terrible showings, and especially this last one, losing in 48 seconds, to come in and be a viable contender in your women's division. It's almost laughable. Yes, she's 12-2 overall. Yes, she was undefeated. Yes, she made an impact. She made a splash. She was the face of the women's division of the UFC. That doesn't mean she has to be part of the WWE. If her stock has truly plummeted the way I feel it has, like it just has no appeal to me. If she would have came back and won this match and became the 2-time women's UFC champion, then your stock rises. Then you want to have that interaction. You want to have her as part of WrestleMania. Her being part of WrestleMania again, after that shitty first little segment, now becoming maybe a contender for the women's title on a scripted show, people in the public eye will laugh. They won't take it seriously. I don't like it at all. But we'll have to see what the future holds. It certainly is not anything like the impending return of Kurt Angle. The Olympic superstar has been telling indie promoters all over the country that after April he will no longer be accepting bookings. This leads many to speculate that he has a deal in motion, if not yet already signed, with the WWE, and I would expect to see him in and around WrestleMania, if not on the Raw after WrestleMania, where we know lots of important things usually take place and they set the pieces in motion for the rest of the year. And hopefully this year it turns out way better than 2016. So Kurt Angle coming in is going to be fantastic, man. How many different matches could you see Kurt Angle? Kurt Angle versus Seth Rollins. Kurt Angle, Kevin Owens. Kurt Angle, Sami Zayn. Depends where you want to go with him. You put him on SmackDown, you got Kurt Angle, AJ Styles? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm all over that. Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, renew all their tensions from TNA. They used to put on some great matches back in TNA. AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, no stranger to each other. They will show the WWE Universe something that they have never seen before. But I have, because I used to watch TNA, and I seen these two guys go head-to-head at a TNA event right here in Brooklyn at the Cyclone Stadium a couple of summers ago, where I got the fortunate chance to meet AJ Styles and Kurt Angle at the end of that event, after they just finished tearing each other apart. Absolutely phenomenal. Two class act people, triple A level talents that will put on triple A level main event. I cannot wait for Kurt Angle to come back, and I can only hope he doesn't end up on Raw and he goes back to SmackDown, maybe has a little alliance with American Alpha, which is probably what they wanted Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin to evolve into. I mean, that's what American Alpha is. It's unbelievable how that would work out. And Shelton Benjamin also still impending his return with the Olympic hero. They could have that whole faction. There you go. Kurt Angle, Shelton Benjamin, and American Alpha. Can you imagine that? Running roughshod on SmackDown, taking all the titles. That would be fantastic. On Raw, I'd be scared. But there is potential there. Like I said, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins versus Kurt Angle would probably be fantastic. Wouldn't be opposed to any of that. AJ Styles has been heavily rumored to be taking on The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble this year, but that will not be the case, as they have announced AJ Styles versus John Cena at the event. Now, Ticketmaster screwed up and have announced that there will be a match at the Elimination Chamber, which is a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, coming up on the road to WrestleMania, and they have advertised John Cena versus AJ Styles in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. So does this mean AJ Styles retains at the Royal Rumble? Is John Cena going to win it there? Is John Cena going to be defending it there? I don't know. We'll have to see what unfolds. Excuse me again. And I don't like it, because the rumor mill is swirling and everything is running rampant. And the highest possible reason for them pulling the trigger on this and not having the Phenom versus the Phenomenal One at the Royal Rumble is because Vince McMahon still wants to make Roman Reigns a star. And he believes that one of the best ways to achieve this, and this is a proof of Vince McMahon's feigning sanity and how he is slowly going away from being the man and the visionary he once was, and has become a 70-plus-year-old Alzheimer's person, because you have failed repeatedly to get this man over. You're teetering on the brink right now of destroying his career. And this move of having Roman Reigns be the guy to go one-on-one with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33 in San Antonio, Texas, The Undertaker's hometown. I'm sorry, in Orlando. Texas is the Royal Rumble. I just messed that up. My apologies. Like I said, I'm a little sick. I'm getting a little confused here. In Orlando, no less. If you think having Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, with or without the streak, doesn't matter. This is The Undertaker. It's WrestleMania. The fans will tear that building to the ground. The same exact thing will be said if you put him up against Braun Strowman, because people are tired of you throwing him down our throats. Just leave him be. Let him do something else. Your incessant and insistent obsession with us believing that and getting behind Roman Reigns is going to forever kill this man's career in the eyes of the wrestling fan forever. I implore you not to do this to the man. He's done nothing to deserve this punishment, because that's exactly what it will be. It is Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn going mad and just playing king, being a god, and saying, this is what I want, and I am going to get it because I am Vince McMahon, and I get what I want. But you're not. You've continued on this path of not giving us the people we want, a la CM Punk, although you gave him a title run, but he was never the main event. John Cena and The Rock were the main event. You treated him like garbage. Daniel Bryan, the same thing. You kept giving him the title and taking it because you didn't believe he was the face of the company with his beard and his hair and his veganness. And look at where you are now. You wish to God this man was healthy enough to be the face of one of these brands. Daniel Bryan is probably one of the only things that could have saved Raw, especially with Finn Balor and the new youthful movement coming in. Daniel Bryan was next in line. So now he's been on the shelf, and we're stuck with John Cena. He's still going to be the number one guy. I would much rather see John Cena versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania, or have Cena versus Styles and The Undertaker, triple threat. Can you imagine what AJ Styles would be feeling, even if he knew he was going in and going to take the pin, lose his title to John Cena, giving him his 16th world title reign, and at the same time being involved in a WrestleMania match with The Undertaker? That is any wrestling fan's dream. A year ago, where was AJ Styles? A year and a half ago. New Japan, floating around, doing nothing, leaving TNA. They fucked him over there. And he came here and set the wrestling world on fire. He's been unstoppable all year. AJ Styles. Yeah, he's been playing around. He has his losses here and there. He lost to Roman Reigns. He lost to Chris Jericho. But you pay your dues. And no matter, even if he lost, he's never had a bad match. AJ Styles deserves better than this. And what are you going to do with AJ Styles then? You got Roman Reigns versus Taker. You're going to have Styles versus Cena again at WrestleMania now? A rematch for AJ to take it from Cena? I don't know. Are you going to prolong it and let AJ keep winning over John Cena? And then does it matter by the time we get to the Royal Rumble, to WrestleMania? Damn it. Does it matter? Because at that point, he's going to have a victory over Cena at the Rumble and a victory over him at the Elimination Chamber in some way, shape, or form. So that'll be 4 victories against John Cena. Why would we care by this 5th time at WrestleMania? AJ Styles has Cena's number, so that match doesn't appeal to me. Unless you're going to bring up Samoa Joe and give me AJ Styles and Samoa Joe for the World Heavyweight Championship. Although I believe it will be too soon. You need to give that whole angle lots of time to marinate and go on, just like I've mentioned in previous shows. And that's been pretty much the breaking news of this weekend. Roman Reigns set right now in pencil to look to be taking on the Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. We will have to see the results at this month's pay-per-view. If Roman Reigns wins the title and the Undertaker is the one to come out and end up winning the Royal Rumble by surprise, as many people are predicting, I feel like that'll be your match. And we're all in for a really terrible start to the road to WrestleMania. So now let's move on and get this over with quickly before I lose my voice and keep coughing on you people. Let's do the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. First ever 2016 Pro Wrestling Awards. Now, it's only going to be 6 awards. 3 of them I asked for the votes and I pleaded for you guys to interact. But it didn't happen yet. And that's okay. I still love you guys. To the 2 fans that voted, thank you for your votes. And I did take those votes into account when I was trying to make my decision on our categories. Here you see my little award that I have designed, which I only wish I could actually have made because it looks fucking beast, man. You got 2 little suplex slammy guys over there in the corner. Got a beautiful glass statue with my logo on their 2016 Wrestling Awards. If it was real, maybe one day I'll get it made. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But let's get to it. We're going to start with 3 special categories that I made up. Not the ones that you guys voted for. You're going to have to wait for those. And the first one we're going to do is the I'm sorry, excuse me 1 second here. I need to set that up there. I didn't do that. Shoot. Okay, hang on 1 second. Okay, here I am. I didn't have the microphone set up here. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to do that for the other 2 awards also. But this is the CM Punk Pipe Bomb of the Year. This award is for the person who has done the most damage on the mic. And this year, there is no question that award goes to The Miz. Unbelievable mic work. Every time he gets within eye contact of Daniel Bryan, something magical happens between the 2 of them as their conversations have been heated and crazy. The Miz has just been on fire, doing the absolute best promo work of the year. CM Punk's Pipe Bomb of the Year award for the Sledgehammer Pro Wrestling Awards 2016. Mike, The Miz Mizanin, fantastic stuff this year. Next up, as I have to take a second to add the mic again, sorry guys, is the Bret Hart Excellence Award. This award I came up with to be given to the individual who has shown, beyond a shadow of the doubt, absolute excellence in that ring, on the microphone, and is the complete excellence of execution in every form you would want to be as a pro wrestler. And this award this year, 2016, goes to AJ Styles. The phenomenal one, as I said earlier when we were talking about, his plans for WrestleMania and the Rumble. He's been unstoppable. He has not had one bad match. This is a guy that went in there and made James Ellsworth look great. And has not taken a hit in the process. He has not gone down in popularity. He has not suffered in any way. Because he simply is what he says he is. He is absolutely phenomenal AJ Styles, the Bret Hart Excellence Award for 2016. Absolutely nobody has done it better for 2016. He is the best there is, and the best there was, and the best there will be for that year. Finally, we're going to go on and have a little bit of fun, and I'm going to announce the name of this award before I click over to the other screen to give you guys a minute to digest the fact that we are going to have the Terry Taylor Golden Rooster Award. Okay, the microphone is back. The Terry Taylor Golden Rooster. Now, also, sidebar, while I was looking for a picture to represent my Golden Rooster Award, I found out the Golden Roosters are actually a real thing. It's a legit award. It's a nice gold statue, and I didn't want to use it for fear of being attacked by these Golden Rooster people and get my eyes picked out because, I don't need any problems with any stupid organization that would put a Golden Rooster as their award. I didn't look far into it. I don't want to talk about it. Like I said, I don't want to infringe on anything. So we're just going to leave it at that and just know that there are actually Golden Rooster Awards, and you can go look that up for yourself and let me know what you thought about it in the comments below if you feel the need to do so. The Terry Taylor Golden Rooster Award goes to the talent who is bigger than he should be, and in the end of the day is really just a joke. He's the butt of the joke, and he's a punchline, just like Terry Taylor was back in the day. They tried so hard to get this good guy Rooster gimmick over, just didn't really work. He was perceived to be much more popular than he actually was, and that is almost the purpose of this award. Not really a negative award, just a kind of a fun award, and you probably already know who I'm going to give it to, and that is the Chinless Wonder himself, James Ellsworth. This year's Golden Rooster for the Sledgehammer Pro Wrestling Awards, the Terry Taylor Golden Rooster. What can I say? Look at that face. Look at that fucking face and tell me he don't deserve this award for even being on my TV, on my favorite wrestling show, that I had to deal with this. Just like back in the day I had to deal with the fucking Red Rooster. And now he's an award on my show. And I almost made this up specifically to give this to Ellsworth. And it's going to be a mainstay. Every year I'm sure there will be somebody worthy of the Terry Taylor Golden Rooster Award. Thank you for indulging me on those three. Now that our microphone issues are set aside, we are going to do our final three categories, and we are going to start with Superstar of the Year for the girls. Now that you can see my beautiful face again, let's get back into it. We had our choices: Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Asuka. And although each one of them have made significant strides this year in the division, or lack of division as we like to say on this show, nobody's made a bigger impact than the woman that we are going to give the award to this year, and that is the NXT Women's Champion, Asuka. Asuka has been on a tear. There has been nobody that can challenge Asuka. She has taken down Bayley. She has defeated the likes of Nia Jax, and most recently, WWE former superstar and now currently re-signed legend Mickie James. Nobody else on the roster can make a proclamation like that. Who'd Charlotte beat all year? Sasha Banks. Who'd Sasha beat all year? Charlotte. Who'd Bayley beat all year? Anyone? Who'd Nia Jax beat this year? Anybody? No. The only other person that I really wanted to give this award to would have been Alexa, because she has become the brightest star in the women's division of SmackDown, making the title and the division itself really means something and really wants you to watch what happens with the girls on the blue brand. And I almost did it. But I did not want to show favoritism because she is my favorite female superstar at the time. And more deservedly than anybody else, Asuka definitely deserves this award this year. If you don't believe me, go watch any episodes of NXT that she was on, any of the matches that she had. Nobody can touch her. And if she comes up to the main roster, all of these girls, all of them, better look out. Because none of them have even gotten a taste of her, with the exception of Bayley and Mickie James. And even Mickie James said she was taken by surprise at the power and the dominance of the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, our 2016 Woman Superstar of the Year. Let's move on to the boys. Oh, no, that's the Match of the Year screen. Sorry. The boys, Superstar of the Year. The men. Our choices for this were a little hard to choose. And I think I made a good field. And your choices were Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Matt Hardy. As much as I want to give this thing to Matt Hardy, I just can't do it. Because, as again, we've been saying almost through the entirety of this show now, there has been nobody better than this year's male Superstar of the Year, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to repeat the accolades again. I'm not going to go over it. We've said it twice already. It speaks for itself. The former TNA World Champion, the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, simply through the fucking roof. Phenomenal forearmed his way right through the glass ceiling, made the WWE take notice, made the fans take notice, and everybody jumped on it. He is, as many people are saying right now, the closest thing we have to a modern day embodiment of the showstopper, Shawn Michaels, HBK. Take HBK, you take a little Eddie Guerrero, you take a little Bret Hart, maybe even a little Rey Mysterio, you roll it up into a bowl, you get AJ Styles. Even that might be selling him short, because he's so fucking talented, it's unbelievable. And if he keeps going the way it's been going, he just might repeat next year. Although his competition may get a little more stiff with the impending arrival of guys like Samoa Joe. And I cannot wait to see these two guys lock horns at some point on the main roster. Finally, we are at the Match of the Year. And Match of the Year, again, our choices: Dean Ambrose versus AJ, ladder match, TLC match from TLC this year. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe from NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. DIY, Gargano and Ciampa versus The Revival from NXT TakeOver Toronto. Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns on the Raw after the brand split. And Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi from the Cruiserweight Classic. Right off the bat, I wanted to pick that one. And for fear of all of you guys calling me an NXT guy and a non-main roster guy, I love my main roster and I love Raw, unfortunately, and I love SmackDown more now than I ever have. And bottom line is, I love great wrestling more than anything, so I have to give the best match to the best match. And in going back and watching all 5 of these matches again, there is no clearer winner than The Revival and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. This match, even though I've seen it twice already, when going back and watching it over and over again, I feel like I've watched it for the first time. You get reinvested in it every time. The near falls and the false finishes and the 2 counts and the moves, the impact that these guys, the pain and the destruction and the damage they put each other through, unbelievable. The only match that would actually rival this one, which I didn't put on on the list, and I'm upset with myself for doing so, and I should do a little better research next year, give myself a little more time to compile my list a little more intelligently. But although they have won this award in this category, Gargano and Ciampa from the Cruiserweight Classic, when they went up against each other, probably was even better than this one. If you don't agree with it, or you don't like it, or you think you know a better match of the year, let me know. Right down below in the comments. Tell me, get interactive. We're going to be going live with the Raw and SmackDown review, hopefully after the shows this week, as we've been doing, as long as my throat and my breathing holds up and I don't end up dead on the couch tomorrow with a face full of snot like I've been in the last couple of days, as my daughter's sickness has come my way, as you can hear, as I probably sound a little weird, and that would be the reason why. Do not forget to tune in to the Raw review tomorrow night. To pay no attention to the crawl above your head, where we will have Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn in a last man standing match, and I am going to review it immediately at the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for being with me today. This was a tough one for me. You see a couple of little boo-boos here and there. I'm feeling like shit, and that's my only excuse. And I'm here for you guys because I promised you a show. I know I promised it live, but you saw the issues I had here. So, during a live show, I probably would have been all over the place. And we will be live tomorrow night, as I promised, as long as all my tech holds up. I am Nick Nightmare. This has been the Nightmare Room for January 1st, 2017. Thank you for starting the new year with me, and I will be back for you all this week with new content. Also, just to make mention, I did go to the WWE Live Holiday Tour, and I do have some photos and footage that I'm going to be putting together a nice little video for the channel, so you guys can have a little sneak peek at some of the stuff that goes on in the WWE. It was a Raw branded house show. It was a great show. It was better than any fucking Raw that they put on this year. And if they would just do that more on the broadcast show, we'd have a pretty good Raw, because we had a great time. And I want a little shout out, thank you to my dubs and my buddy Ant for hooking us up with those tickets and coming out with us and having a great night. Thank you so much again for my boy Blue, the Snowball Microphone. I am Nick Nightmare. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you.